if you're going to live to 180, you are going to be full of metals. Metals inhibit mitochondrial function. They lower your testosterone. They cause hair loss. They cause graying, and they cause cancer, as well as actually a whole bunch of other diseases. So you've got to lower your exposure to them, and you have to get rid of them as you live. There's two ways in Superhuman that I write about. The gold standard is you collect urine and see what your body's excreting, with or without an agent that may cause you to release more. And then a more common and cheaper way, but less telling, is a hair test. And there's usefulness for both of those, but you can go to a functional medicine doctor and say, I'd like to do a heavy metals test. And they'll usually order a urine test for you. And it's very common to find elevated mercury and lead.
Yeah.
In fact, if you're over 40, you're probably going to find it.
Yeah. So here let me just share with you, as a practicing physician who, one, suffered from mercury poisoning.
I had it too.
And two, have treated literally tens of thousands of people with metal poisoning and have done tens of thousands of tests. And I would say it's probably one of the most ignored and underappreciated causes of chronic disease that doctors don't know how to think about, test, or measure. And personally for me, I lived in China and it got huge exposure to mercury. I don't have great genes at detoxifying. And it destroyed every system in my body. It destroyed my gut. I had diarrhea for years and bloating and pain. It destroyed my mitochondria. I developed chronic fatigue syndrome, and it was such an extreme version that my muscle enzymes were high. My CPKs were like 600. My liver was affected. My immune system was affected. I started developing rashes and sores all over. I was completely cognitively impaired. I couldn't focus, think, concentrate, remember where I was, in
you're not
train
in a
of
good
thought.
place. Yeah.
This was like, 25 years ago. And I was so bad. And I literally had to become an expert in mercury and heavy metals and detoxification. And I've written a lot about it, but I think, I would say that for many of my patients who suffer from weird or strange ailments, it's right at the top of my list of things to look at.